Hi everyone, I'm Megan Baker. This is InfluenceHER. Kristin Ioannou is the Executive Director of Pennsylvania Women Work. It's a nonprofit workforce development organization dedicated to transforming lives through empowerment, employment, and economic independence. Welcome, Kristin. It's a pleasure having you with us.
Thank you so much. It's nice to see you, Megan.
First, if you will, how does Pennsylvania Women Work help women find financial stability, and why is this so important?
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. Yeah, so Pennsylvania Women Work is a nonprofit workforce development organization that focuses on helping to support women who are in career transition to find meaningful employment. And we do this through career development, through mentorship, and through career coaching. Our work, we've been around for over 30 years, and we really support individuals who are either find themselves looking to re-enter the workforce, or maybe folks who have suddenly found themselves out of a job. And why employment is so critically important is when a woman in particular finds a job where they can support themselves and their families, it really helps to address a lot of the challenges and barriers that women tend to face. So, for example, when someone has an economically self-sufficient job, many times they can break that cycle of poverty. They're able to put a roof over their head. And in many cases, sometimes women can get out of abusive situations. So really finding meaningful employment is a solution to a lot of the issues and challenges women in particular face.
Kristin, what should women know when setting personal career goals for themselves?
Yeah, I always tell people, really giving yourself the time and the space to do so. I think a lot of times, women, we don't allow ourselves the chance to kind of do that. And we really can find a career that builds upon not only your strengths and your interests, but also the passion for what you want to do. Our organization, Pennsylvania Women Work, we have a program called New Choices, and it really helps women to take the time to explore what is possible for them. A lot of times, I've come across women who have been through our programs, some 10 or 15 years ago, and they say that going through this program and taking the time to do some career planning was the best thing that they've ever done for their career. And they've really found a job that not only can support themselves, but one that really provides them professional fulfillment. So really taking the time to be able to focus and do that accurately.
Nailing that job interview is highly important. And I know when I've been mentoring young women, I've always stressed the importance of preparing yourself and maybe role playing with someone, right? So how can someone make a better impression on a job interview?
Yeah, this is such a great question, and you hit the nail on the head. What we always say is prepare, 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 and practice, practice, practice. So for the preparation, a good place to start is to really look at that job posting and become familiar with what the employer is looking for, as well as a little bit about the company that you're applying for. And once you understand the types of skills that the employer is looking for, really take some time and jot down your skills, your background, your experience that really highlights the types of things that the employer is looking for. So really come up with some talking points and some bullet points for yourself. So when the interviewer asks questions, you can weave those key talking points into the interview. The other thing I always tell people is prepare some really strong questions for the end. A good question to ask would be, what is it that you're looking for as far as a successful candidate for this job, and then really listen to the answer. And at the end, you could really do a closing pitch of why you would be the outstanding, excellent candidate for this job. And then secondly, what you really mentioned was being able to practice. I can't stress this enough. At our organization, we work with a lot of volunteers who do mock interviews with our clients. They practice interviewing with real life interview questions, and then in a very safe and supportive environment, they can provide feedback. So, for folks at home, I would say practice with someone whom you trust, really go through an interview so you can be confident and ready and really kind of hit it out of the park when it comes time for the interview.
Kristin, for me, it's been really important to model independence to my children. I have 3 kids, 2 stepdaughters, and one of the things that is really hard, you feel stretched as a mom, as well as a business owner or a working mother. How do you find that work-life balance, and what's some advice you can offer?
Oh, Megan, that's such a good question and such a difficult one to answer. I'm also a mother of daughters, and I think we all struggle with that work-life balance, especially I think moms. And I know for a lot of the women that we work with, it's even more challenging. A lot of the clients that we see, in order to get to where they need to be, many of them are working and putting themselves through school, and then also trying to, support their children and support their families. So it's hard. I think, first, employers can help to be flexible and support families that work for them. A lot of our clients struggle with being able to take time off to, maybe deal with a sick child or family issues. So I think it starts with employers being able to provide some support and flexibility. I know that we've really been able to do that more at our organization. And it's been really successful for us, while obviously being able to maintain our excellent level of service for our clients. But on a personal note, I think being able to take time for yourself to try to avoid some burnout. It's hard. Carve out some time for yourself, and do something that you really enjoy and can give you some relaxation and peace. I know for me, it's obviously spending time with my children, but also, going for a walk, getting outside, taking some time to make sure that you don't burn out, because it's a challenge for all of us.
Coming out of this pandemic has really taught many of us a lot. There have been a number of people, really examining their lives before and after. A lot of people are also changing careers with that. So what advice can you offer women who are considering doing so?
Yeah. I want to tell women that, first and foremost, it's never too late to change careers. We see a lot of mid-level career women, and I'd like to tell them that, you're not alone. There's a lot of us out there that are really kind of evaluating what that next step looks like in our career. I always tell people, folks, our careers aren't really a straight line. And so, it's not too late to shift careers and really find something that you love and that you're passionate about. There's a lot of different training programs out there, certificate programs. We see a lot of women who maybe started a bachelor's degree or started a master's degree and weren't able to finish it for whatever reason. And it's really not too late. We see women all the time that, have made it to the other side and have said that, they're so happy that they, pushed beyond any kind of fear that they may have had of kind of taking that leap of faith. But now that they're on the other side and are in a career that they love, they're just so happy that they went that route.
So don't be afraid to reinvent yourself, and don't be afraid to take a risk.
Exactly.
What tips do you have for women to successfully build a network? Because having a network that you can lean on or lean into is equally important.
Absolutely. Find a network that works for you. There are so many different organizations out there. A good place to start would be potentially on LinkedIn or on social media. There are always industry-specific associations and organizations. So whatever your career industry is, look into some opportunities there. There could be different types of networking events that you can attend. It's a good way to meet a variety of people. The other piece, I would suggest is to volunteer. There are so many worthwhile organizations and nonprofits out there. For example, our organization, Pennsylvania Women Work, has a program. It's called 3 Cups of Coffee, where we connect a job seeker with a professional in a similar field, and they meet 3 times. And currently, since COVID, they meet virtually. But it's a really great way to meet people in your field, and whether you're the job seeker who would just like to meet some more folks in your field and get some introductions to others, or whether you're someone who is at a place in your career where you want to give back, it's really a good opportunity to do that.
Last question for you. What resources does Pennsylvania Women Work provide that you can share to find out who's hiring in the Pittsburgh market?
Yeah, we, through all of our programs, we connect job seekers with our employer partners, and we partner with many of the large employers here in the Pittsburgh region. So I would say a really good first step would be to contact us and to visit our website, which is www.pawomenwork.org. Give us a call. We have a lot of different programs and resources for all types of job seekers. It's not just for, individuals who are struggling to make ends meet. We really support mid-level job seekers as well, and make connection to employers. And what I always say to people is you really do not have to go it alone. When you find yourself in a situation where you need to find a job or a better job, call us. This is what we're here for. We hear all the time from clients, I wish I would have known about you sooner. I wish I would have called sooner. So I can't stress enough that we're here to really support and make connections for a job that you'll really find security and enjoyment.
Valuable information you provided here, along with such a great, valuable resource in the community. Kristin Ioannou, Executive Director for Pennsylvania Women Work. It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for sharing some information with us.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. It was so nice to meet you and be here today.